Mother Nature, Lake Biwa. It is not only the largest lake in Japan, but also one of the few ancient lakes around the world. It is a place where the variety of life happens. Shiga Prefecture is located in the very middle of Japan. Surrounded by mountains, it shows changing landscapes from season to season. This video introduces the 4 areas of Shiga Prefecture. The north of Lake Biwa is an area where numerous warlords were born, making it a stage on which history played out. Surrounded by mountains and richly endowed with nature, the remains of historical townscapes are still apparent as you walk the streets. This video introduces the allure of the vast Kohoku area. Flaming lanterns are carried by the current of the river. The beautiful sight of about 1,000 lanterns drifting on the waters of the Sarikawa River creates a wonderful atmosphere that can only be experienced in the summer. This traditional ritual for the repose of the souls of ancestors is conducted in many regions. Its origins are said to date back as far as the Ulambana Sutra. The initial form of this ritual was to light fires outside one's gate and light lanterns on the riverside. Now it takes the form of setting lanterns afloat on the current of a river to comfort and send off the souls of ancestors. Big dreamers who wish to fly gather every year in Hakone to participate in the Japan International Birdman Rally. In this annual rally, participants bring their homemade aircraft and vie to see who can fly the greatest distance or stay in the air for the longest time. In an atmosphere of excitement and enthusiasm, aircraft that are the result of brains and ingenuity take to the air in courageous flight. The Yukata Festival is held on Yume Kyobashi Castle Road, the old new street that reproduces an Edo-era streetscape. Put on a yukata and go for a stroll around the town. By joining in this festival, you can enjoy a nostalgic atmosphere, as well as lots of stage events and stalls. You might even win a grand prize in a raffle. This is the climax of the summer in Hakone. Thousands of citizens parade down the shopping avenues while dancing to Hakone Bayashi, a contemporary folk song written in 1960. Recently, more and more groups have been joining this event, wearing eccentric costumes and further increasing its popularity. Thousands of fireworks light up the lakeside castle town with color during the Hakone Fireworks Festival. Fireworks launched using the star mine technique are reflected on the surface of Lake Biwa, looking like paintings on the water. In particular, the last 15 minutes is overwhelming. It's almost a contest among the star mines, which keep appearing in the sky one after another at breathtaking speeds. Genkyuen Garden was owned by a Kekone daimyo of the Ii clan. Designed as a pond-strolling garden, Genkyuen incorporates every luxury imaginable from the Edo era. From Genkyuen, the views of the castle tower, designated a national treasure, and the moon are exceptionally beautiful. In the evenings in the early fall, guests can listen to traditional Japanese music while drinking tea and hearing the chorus of insects. Enjoy an evening in the garden of a daimyo, viewing the moon and listening to the sounds of the insects. Appreciate the unhurried flow of time, which can't be felt in the city. The Local Mascot Expo in Hakone is a major event in which local mascots from all over Japan gather. Started in Hakone, viewed as holy ground in the realm of local mascots, the aim of these events is to revitalize Japan. Today, they are held throughout the country. The city of Maibara has 3 floats. The main attractions are the procession of floats and the children's kabuki, in which children perform to the accompaniment of joruri and shamisen. This tradition of parading floats began to be incorporated in festivals in many regions in Japan during the late Muromachi era. Shiga Prefecture has 10 major float festivals. One of these is this festival, dedicated to the Yutani Shrine. The biggest attraction is the children's kabuki competition. Their performances are gorgeous and heartwarming, with a charm that pulls the crowds. This is a rain-making drum dance that is still performed on rare occasions for local entertainment. An unusual break with tradition, women participate in this drum dance, adding a real sense of color. This annual spring festival at the Chikuma Shrine involves 8 girls who are aged 8 years old according to East Asian age reckoning. Dressed in kariginu, hunting clothes worn by the nobility, and wearing papier-mâché cooking pots on their heads, the girls take part in a procession of about 300 people. There are several theories as to why the children wear pots on their heads. Some point out that the enshrined deity of Chikuma Shrine was a god of food. Others connect this festival to the story that the Mikuriya, a place for procuring food for the gods, stored not only crops and seafood, but also the local specialty, in this case, pots, for atonement. Sakata Shinmeigu Keriyakoburi is a spring festival held by the Sakata Shinmeigu Shrine, in which a total of 16 yako, servants, take part in a procession. When Prince Yamato Takeru no Mikoto fought against the god of Mount Ibuki, he passed away in Iso. The Isozaki Shrine was built to enshrine the prince as a guardian for the area. To celebrate Yamato Takeru no Mikoto, boys and girls take part in a procession, with boys dressed as warriors and the girls as children. The Nagahama Hikiyama festival reportedly dates back to the Azuchi Momoyama era. On the birth of his first son, the owner of Nagahama Castle, Hideyoshi Hashiba, later Hideyoshi Toyotomi, celebrated by giving gold to the residents of his castle town, which they used to build a float. This float was then used in a festival procession for the Hachimangu Shrine. In the festival, boys aged from 5 to 12 perform kabuki on the stage. Their enthusiastic performances are good enough to put adults to shame, and they always elicit big rounds of applause. The festival begins on April 9th with Sen Koban, open rehearsals for the children's kabuki performances. Over 4 days starting on the 12th, young men dressed in traditional underclothes proceed to the shrine, chanting energetically. Another attraction is Yakusha Yuwatari on the 14th. Children who performed in the kabuki take part in a parade as the characters they played in the performance. There is another must-see on the evening of the 15th, when all 4 floats, lit by lanterns, gather at the Otabisho resting place. At the climax of the evening, portable shrines are carried. The Nagahama Shusei Festival celebrates the re-establishment, some 400 years after its demise, of Nagahama Castle, which was known as a success castle for Hideyoshi Toyotomi. Since the castle's re-establishment in 1983, a series of annual events have been established. Taking place every fall, these events include the Great Kimono Garden Party and the Art in Nagahama Festival. The Nagahama Plum Bonsai Exhibition is held every year from winter to spring. From a collection of 300 bonsai plum trees, those that are blooming are exhibited in a Japanese-style tatami room. This means there are always about 90 trees on display. A special feature of this bonsai plum exhibition is that the trees are relatively large and old. Some are nearly 3 meters in height, and some are over 400 years old. As well as being viewed as a rite of early spring in the Kansai region, this exhibition is known as Japan's best in terms of its history and size. There is also a spacious garden of the pond strolling style, which is designated as a beauty spot of Japan. In Nagahama, you can experience the joy of viewing various colors depending on the season. In Nagahama, you can see cherries at Nagahama Castle and Toragozenyama, peonies at Sojiji Temple, hydrangeas at Nagahama Hachimangu Shrine, cotton rose mallows at Shanain Temple, Hagi at Jinshoji Temple, Japanese Andromeda at Daitsuji Temple, as well as the autumnal colors at Omi Kohoan. In particular, Nagahama's autumnal colors attract many people from across the country. If you come to the Lake Yogo Sakura Festival, you can enjoy cherry blossoms by the shores of Lake Yogo, a beautiful lake also known as Mirror Lake. The many stalls create a festive mood. The Shizugatake Festival is a local-oriented festival in which local people enjoy themselves together with guests. The festival is a good opportunity to learn the history, nature, and traditional culture of the Shizugatake area, placed at the foot of Mount Shizugatake. In addition to stage shows by local people, a stamp rally, and rice ball throwing events, there are many stalls selling food and festival goods. This festival celebrates a great undertaking in the Edo era, when the Nishino Suido Drainage Canal, which connects the Yogo River to Lake Biwa, was excavated using only chisels. The main attraction is a procession in which people wearing the Edo costumes parade from the village of Nishino to the canal. Every fall, the Hasaku Taisai Festival dedicates an Urayasu dance and a children's sumo wrestling competition to the gods in the hope of a good harvest. The festival continues until late at night with a procession of children's portable shrines and other entertainment, followed the next day by a Yunohana ritual for the earthly god of the fields. The Kanon no Sato Takatsuki Furusato Festival is held in the summer to provide an opportunity for visitors to see many of the prominent bodhisattvas enshrined in the northern areas of Nagahama. The Avalokitesvara on display include examples designated as national treasures and important cultural properties. To visit the Avalokitesvara, you can take a bus tour that includes examples that are rarely shown in public. A booking is required for this tour. Alternatively, you can buy a day pass, which will allow you to get on and off buses freely all day and visit many bodhisattvas in one go. This is the festival day at the Kinomoto Jizo-in Temple, which is dedicated to the Buddha for recovery from eye illness and has followers throughout the country. During this festival, which attracts about 100,000 visitors every year, Jizozaka Hill and the Hokoku-do Highway are crammed with stalls. The finale of the festival on the 25th is brilliantly illuminated by Kinomoto fireworks. Local people have developed this festival over many years to make the most of their historic cultural heritage, such as the remains of Odani Castle and the castle town. Many attractions are available on the day of the festival. You can enjoy stage events, stroll through the Otani market stalls set up by local groups, browse the flea market, or watch a procession of warriors wearing homemade body armor. You can also truly immerse yourself in the Sengoku era by wearing body armor or dressing up as a princess. This bowl festival was reportedly started long ago when a potter from a place called Suito in Niyumura, in a town of Yogo, dedicated ceramic works to a shrine every year to express his gratitude for the pottery technique bestowed upon him by the gods. In the festival, 3 floats are pulled around the town to the lively accompaniment of traditional festival music. The 3 floats are based on themes from kabuki and other stories, with scenes reproduced in arrangements of dolls and pottery and artistic displays up to 10 meters in height. These finely balanced displays are a sight to behold. This eccentric festival is only held every couple of years. The Romantic Water Festival is a reminder of the arrival of summer in Kohoku. This event has a long tradition and is aimed at thanking Mother Lake Biwa and handing down the cultural heritage and regional resources of the Kohoku area. The day is packed with events, from releasing fry into the lake to children having a go at fishing, as well as water taxi rides, stalls, a flea market, and stage events. The Kita-Biwako Stream Locomotive is a train that runs irregularly between Kinomoto Station and Maibara Station. Steam locomotive fans absolutely adore this event. How do you like Shiga so far? I hope you found something that attracts you to visit Shiga. There is still so much more to enjoy, but we cannot introduce everything in this short clip. We are pleased to invite you to visit Shiga and experience our culture with all 5 of your senses. For more information, please visit individual tourist association websites.